Hello, my name is Lowell, and this is FTE 217. It is November 8th, 2025, and we are going to be field stripping the AR-10. We are going to do anything on additional work I would like to do to my AR-10. We would talk about different triggers and if I want to use one or not. And then we're going to talk about if I'm going to dimple my barrel for my gas block and do a drop test on this AR-10. But first, let's make sure it is safe to operate, make sure it's clear. Mag has already been dropped. Open. There's nothing inserted. We are all good. Let's start this field strip. So to start this, I'm going to push these two pivot pins at the same time just to save time. And make sure the firearm is also on safe, which it is in this case. So we are good there. Gonna pull both these pivot pins up so I can field strip it. Boom, it is in half. Here is the lower apart. I can set the lower to the side because I no longer need it at the moment. And then I am going to slide the barrel and the bolt carrier group out. Pull the charging handle out. It is set to the side. I'm going to set the barrel to the side because it is no longer needed. And now we will strip the firing pin from the firing arm. So I'm going to pull this little tong, drop the receiver. Firing pin has been removed. The firearm has been field stripped. Now I'm going to put it back together real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, firearm's now reassembled. I'm going to check it one more time to make sure it is clear. There is nothing in this firearm still. Alright, so for accessories I would like to add to this firearm, I would like to at some point mount the scope from the scope mounting thing onto this firearm, and I will make sure it goes in a particularly safe spot on the upper part of the front part of the barrel because that is where it's supposed to go. And then the only thing that I will add down on the barrel is probably a forward grip or a angled grip to assist with holding for stabilization, but I would put it in a reasonably smart location to where it does not impede any of the functions for the gas block and gets in the way of trying to do maintenance on any part of the barrel over here or up in here. So it'll go somewhere in the middle where it is in a reasonable location. I'm not going to add anything to the top on this end if I have the scope down here because that just impedes spacing and adds more weight to the firearm than what is necessary. Next is triggers. Some of the aftermarket triggers I've seen and looked at just in general. I do not plan to add a different trigger to this because I do not have a reason for it at the moment with the need, because I'm not taking it hunting anytime soon. I'm not doing competition shooting with it. So the only reason to add an aftermarket trigger is for competition shooting, to make it lightweight for a better pull so there's less weight in the firearm, but that also includes doing a lot of work in the firearm to make sure there's stuff that is functioning at the best performance possible. And I don't see myself doing competition shooting anytime soon for that or taking it hunting. And then do I want to dimple the barrel on my gas block? I might later on, but at the moment as it stands I am not, because I don't need it at the moment for it. And now for the drop test. And as we can see, just to make it clear that the table is here for the drop test and nothing did anything, still good. Do another drop test, nothing fired, because as we see I just switched it to fire and tested and everything functioned. Nothing did anything weird. We're all good. Thank you.